All right. Say your name and spell your name.
My name is Marco Gutierrez, Marco Gutierrez.
Okay. So today during the tour, what was the one thing that stood out to you?
The tour at the border.
Yeah. What was the one thing that stood out at you at the border?
The canal. I had seen a documentary of what goes on in that canal, and it's basically like a human recycling area where you have a lot of people that end up there with no identification from either side, and the Mexican government won't allow them to. Well, they can't really survive in Mexico. So that they build like little homes, shacks, underground, and in their minds they think they're gonna come back, and because it's so, I think they feel safe because it's so close. They feel like maybe it's right there. There is a lot of churches that are taking care of some of those people, but I think both governments should work on cleaning that up, and not just cleaning up, physically the people, but also see what can be rehabilitated and fix those people, put them back into society somehow.
So originally you're from Mexico.
Yeah.
So tell us about how did it feel, and how long ago have you been right there at the border of Mexico, and what did it feel like being there, knowing that that's where you came from and you're here? I mean, you had to tell us that experience, your emotions.
A lot of emotions. It's like looking at your mom's wound or something, because I came from there.
Right.
I think I was there probably I did go party to Tijuana a couple times. I think when I was like 22, 23, like to go down there. But this was very real, because this time there was no crutches. There was no my homies were down with me, like the people that came with me. I went back with patriots, and I felt very proud of myself, of what I have done, because, like I said in the morning, I came to that place with the 3/4 in my pocket and a pair of jeans, and just not knowing where I was coming from, because really it's like going to the moon. I say that a lot of times, because when you have the mental expansion of a 17-year-old Mexican teenager from the early 90s, that mental, and you look at the United States like something so above, so huge. You don't know. I can't describe it. It's like us going to China, but I don't think China has the social level that the United States has around the world. I think the United States is like the pinnacle. It's like the summit of the world. I was very hopeful that I would find something that would have meaning to my life, but I remember that my understanding was that I was just gonna go to school here, learn English, and go back, because I wasn't ready to let go of the life that I had created in Mexico. Unlike a lot of other people, like Venezuela, so I was talking to somebody from Venezuela the other day in Georgia. Those guys, they came here with no intentions of going ever back. So for them, it's over. For me, it wasn't really that. It was, I still had that connection, and I still had all the hopes and dreams that all these immigrants have, especially in my Hispanic culture, of someday, somehow, buying that little truck, getting a little tractor somewhere over there, and get a little rancho, and building that house that perhaps your parents didn't have, or the things that the government that couldn't give you. So that was on my mind for a long time until I got that. All Hispanics, they dream with having a double cab Chevrolet truck, Chevy. I ended up selling Chevys, and that's all we sold to Mexicans. Crew cab, with extended cab was in those times, in the late 90s. Because that's really part of the dreams and hopes of a lot of these people. So I think that the Democrats have studied the Hispanic community so much, especially Obama. See, Obama was very smart because a Hispanic family that comes from Mexico, that was Mexico's extreme poverty, probably, I would say 90% of the people have basic needs limitations. Like their basic needs are not met. So when you give them food, there is a sense of everything's okay because there's food on the table, and that's exactly what Obama did. He gave him a few cards. So it's very sneaky, but I think he got away with it for a little bit, but then they start waking up, because most Hispanics, they have dreams of getting that truck and getting that big screen TV and having that social status that they never had in Mexico.
Okay. So let me ask you, today at the rally, what was the biggest thing that stood out to you at the rally today?
I think that the what stood out at the rally is it's so tangible. I mean, it's real. What Donald Trump has been talking throughout the campaign, and he's talking about a wall, and that wall became so famous. I mean, I didn't get asked from reporters about the wall 500 times, it's nothing. They got me so angry of responding to the wall comment that at one point I said, you know what, and it's on the record, and it's, I said, you know what, I still say they, because, see, I haven't really, it takes a long time to become part of the consciousness for you to say we. That's why we the people is such a beautiful word. But a lot of people don't say we, they say they. And when I spoke to Mexicans or reporters, I would say, they can build a wall. They can build a river or a lake and put tarantulas and piranhas and, balls of fire, because it's their country.
Yeah. So let me ask you.
So seeing those prototypes is the result of all that resistance of something as simple as setting boundaries, something as simple as reinforcing something that's already there, and you touched the wall today, so you saw that's there. It's just we're now, because we're upgrading that. I think Donald Trump is really a genius. I call him an alchemist or magician almost, where he has sold a project that had been on the works for so long. I was talking to Jeff today about the permits that they were able, through all their activism, they were able to get the Bushes to approve funds for part of that fencing. But here comes somebody that says, it's a builder. Donald Trump speaks kind of like I did say that Donald Trump was like Jesus, because he kind of speaks like in those he's a builder. He never says that he's a builder. Well, he says it, but it's so obvious that if somebody's a builder and is going to build a wall, I mean, you can count that that's going to happen.
So let me ask you.
It's like if I'm a hairstylist, right?
Right.
And I'm going to say I'm going to cut Will Johnson's hair, and I keep hanging around you, and I cut hair. I'm going to end up cutting it because I have the ability to do it.
Right, right. So let me ask you, when the opposition showed up today, at the rally, what was the emotions going through your mind?
There is this fear and this guilt that they have injected on every Hispanic, I think, that when you go against your people, or la raza, which is the beautiful word, la raza means that you are from the hood. But it's not what la raza is here. They're not la raza. La raza of the United States are not la raza. La raza was a word used for the mestizo. The mestizo culture. That I feel they were. You know what? I didn't feel they were part. I didn't feel a connection with them at all. I think they're a bunch of clowns. I think they're imposters. They're impersonating. They're saying that they defend the flag that's over there, but they don't. I think they're just opportunists that are trying to advance their own personal agendas, and they don't convince me.
Yeah. So let me ask you.
But yeah, I did feel that there is that guilt emotion that I have, that they could say, hey, you know, why are you with this racist clan here trying to oppress people on the other side?
Trying to make you feel the guilt.
Right.
Let me ask you this: for anyone that couldn't make it and wanted to make it, what would you tell them that they missed out on?
On this rally?
Yes.
For me, this is, and sometimes I ask myself, why am I doing this? But I think this is a very unique, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to understand, to sort of like, it's the Renaissance, Renacimiento, is that a word?
Renegade.
We are reaffirming the greatness of this country, and you get to be part of it. And if you read all the books, the history, and I'm a self-help junkie. I've read all the books out there. The only way to be part of history is creating it, and we're creating history. You are creating history, Will, and I see you. You had, I think your live had like 67,000 views when I saw it, and you're getting more views than Alex Jones, you know. And so this is something that you only win if you're present. Like you can't act this, and I see a problem with a lot of people that are trying to act this, and they're not here with us. So the people that are here today are not the people that should be here, are the people that want to be here.
Yeah.
There's a lot more people that should be here. And they're saying, well, because in the end, if you really want, if this is something that, if Donald Trump has really awakened in you that which has awakened on me and a lot of us, I mean, we're willing to go the extra mile. There's, you know, and great things are happening because it's actually that winning thing, Donald Trump, the winning, it's happening to me. I don't know about you, but it's really happening to me.
Oh, cool. All right, cool.